everybody, welcome back for another episode of Vlogtober. Today we have a face down camera view so you can see a few things that I'm going to show, and also so you can see one of my favorite teas. This is tea, Earl Grey, hot, and then it says Federation Issue, Earl Grey tea, Federation Issue. I've had the tin for a long time. I got it from Think Geek back in 2011, and what I've been doing is, if I can open it, it's got a nice tight seal. I've been refilling it with loose leaf, Harney and Son, and even before that I was refilling it with loose leaf Tivana, Earl Grey. You can see there's lots of yummy things in there. It smells so good. Earl Grey is my favorite tea, and even though it's late at night, I love having a cup of Earl Grey. I'm going to film this video, do some stuff in my planner and a journal, have some tea, and then maybe watch an episode of Star Trek. That's my evening. Real exciting in the Rush Willingham household. And we had to get a new tea kettle because our electric tea kettle stopped working, and so we got a really nice new one for the stove. If I can, I think I have a photo. I'll insert a photo here of it. But it came with these cute little look at that, like tea strainers that look like little leaves, and they even came with their own little resting pad. So when you're done steeping your tea, you can reuse it. Because this type of tea, this loose leaf tea, for those of you that don't drink a lot of tea, this loose leaf tea, you can actually steep it at least 2 times, depending on how dark you like your tea. But yeah, so you get more use out of it than you do the single-use tea bags. And also one reason why we have this, where sometimes we use tea bags, sometimes we don't. We're trying to move to all loose leaf teas, and one of the reason is tea bags in them it's not just paper, there's actually plastic in there, so you can't recycle it, and it will take a long time to decompose. There's a lot of stuff that I guess going back to my video chat from a couple of days ago with the minimalism, I started it. I've always wanted to live in a tiny house, and you're thinking, John, you have so much crap, there's no way you can live in a tiny house. And I agree with you. I have way too much crap. There's no way I can live in a tiny house. If you see the sheer number of CDs I have sitting next to me, I have like 10,000 CDs. About 5,000 of them are flute CDs and recordings, and then the other half are classical pop and everything else. And I'm in the process of going through things, and I've got multiple copies of music, and I have a couple of students that are going to be going away to universities next year, and so I'm in the process of going through that to give some of the music to them, because they're not, how do I put it? They're not in the best financial situation in order to get a lot of music. And if I have 3 copies of something, I'll have one for my office, I'll have one for home, and then I'll give one to a student if I have it, if it's something that fits them and their needs. So that's what I've been doing. I've got boxes of music and boxes of CDs, and just trying to get things in order, because we've always wanted, or especially I have always wanted to have like a tiny house or a smaller house, or the husband has always wanted to live in Arizona near Tucson and have like a earth house, where we could grow our own food in it, and the water we bathe with also waters the vegetables and fruit trees and that type of stuff. And I kind of like that idea, and tried, reducing like the number of plastics that we bring into the house. We've tried to reduce the number of, the trash that we create, all of that type of stuff. And I think that's one reason why I like printable inserts so much, because there's lots of things that aren't affected. Like, we don't have to ship anything, so nothing has a chance of getting lost in the mail or damaged in the mail. You're not spending resources, shipping, a pack of inserts or a sticker or something. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think for me, I'm trying to, in many ways, reduce my footprint on the earth. I would love to leave the earth in a better condition than it was given to me and my Gen Xers. I would love to be able to do that. I think also hence one of the reasons why I've stopped buying a lot of planners or travelers notebooks and ring binders. And especially since I've kind of found like something that works for me. Like, I'm really loving this standard ring right here. I'm just amazed that it's a ring system, but I think it's because it's a ring system that is standard size is why it is working so well. I'm going to take a sip of my incredibly hot tea to see. It smells so good. I'm going to let that steep for just a minute or so more. So let's look inside of my planner. And let's see. What I'm going to do for the final episode of Vlogtober, which will be tomorrow. This is the October 30th episode. So for the October 31st episode, all of the dashboards that I have created with this floral leaf fall vibe, I'm going to put up for free. And they're just going to be in the standard Midori size, so you can print them for your ring binder if you want. If you follow the traditional insert for the standard rings, it will have to be cut a little bit narrower and a little bit shorter, because I'm making it the standard Midori size, so it's 4.25 by 8.25. Why Anna makes the inserts 4 by 8, so it's just a little bit shorter and a little bit narrower. I like the slightly larger size, so that's just me. So it'll be the inbox like this. It'll be the monthly like that. These are already up. The October, the November, the Christmas version of the December. This is my special Hanukkah version. Let's see. There will be a weekly, there'll be a month, there'll be one that says daily, which I think is back here. Daily, Etsy, there's one that says Patreon, there's one that says YouTube, there's one that says notes, there's a blank one, but they'll all be in the standard Midori size. So let's come to my weekly insert. Here we are today. I just finished the dishes and got the coffee ready. Today is, what day is it? Today's Thursday. Okay. I actually didn't have my student today. I'm having my student tomorrow. I'm vlogging right now. This stuff is half done. I'm going to finish it Friday and Saturday. Unfortunately, I cannot sleep in tomorrow because I've got to just double check some things on the letter of recommendation. Let's see. I want to practice. We're doing a concert next week where we have Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 5, and a Haydn Symphony No. 95. And then I have my COVID test tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. We have temple at 6, and we didn't do laundry today. It was kind of a lazy day. We stayed home. Oh, I've got to take my temperature. I just use one of these simple little Walgreens things. Okay. My temperature is 97.9. So, don't have a fever, so that's good. And we're actually decided, since we didn't want to really go anywhere, we're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to drop off our votes. Let's move this over here. Let's see. So my order from China hasn't come. I'm finishing up that, and I'm finishing up that. I decided, since it was the husband's, last day off today, and then November, let's see, he works Monday. Actually, he works Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend, and then he works Monday, Tuesday, and then he's got Wednesday, Thursday off. His weekend tends to be Wednesday, Thursday. He's got a horrible early morning shift tomorrow where he is doing all of the bread and all of that fun stuff at the Walmart grocery, and probably sandwiches and salads and all of that, and helping run that area. Today's video came up, or yesterday's video. So that's what it looks like tomorrow is going to be. My notebook has been getting really chunky, and I like having past months in here. Like, here's August, here's September, this is October, but I think once October's over, I'm going to pull out my weekly pages, because I do have those months here, because I haven't decided, do I want to use each of the inserts from Scrapcraftastic has dot grid, and I can use that to track my bills and my no spend, low spend. I haven't decided, so we'll leave those in there for now. Yeah, so that's where that is. Oh, I wanted to share this. I was looking for something. Here, I'm gonna take my little tea bulb out, set it on its little stand, and say, look how yummy that looks. Sometimes I like a little bit of cream and a little bit of sugar in my Earl Grey, and sometimes I like it, Earl Grey hot, just like Captain Picard did. I wanted to share something that I've been working on. I wasn't finding a tracker, and I haven't used it since Tuesday. I didn't eat very well. We had pizza yesterday, and I had like a egg biscuit thing, and I've got to get over that. I just have to write down what I eat. Like, even this day I had McDonald's. It was not a good food today for me. Well, salad, vinaigrette, and all of that, but it was a good day, and it's actually been quite a good week, which is wonderful. I haven't felt the crazy. Now, I probably will next week, because it's a symphony week, and that brings me stress because we have all these new ways we have to enter the Performing Arts Center, and it just adds a lot of chaos and extra time. It's good though because of making sure everybody's safe, but it stresses me out. And I'm already on edge because, you know, being an introvert and having to be in front of, you know, lots of people is, I think I chose the wrong field. But I love what I do, so I was looking for something, and I wanted something that would be undated. And, you know, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this, but I gave it a try to see. And I kind of like it, you know, so you could say, like, circle it, or, you know, if you don't want to circle it, if you want to use, like, a highlighter or a Tombow or something. Here's a Tombow. Like, say you wanted to just highlight the day, the month, and the date. I wasn't sure if I should put the days of the week at the top, and then the month, and then the date. I don't know. But there that is. And then I wanted to track my water. I also wanted to track soda. Like, I had a large soda at McDonald's, so that's why I put the 2 there. But I wanted to track breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I wanted to track my mood and even feelings, because I think those are 2 things, you know. Mood and feelings for me are 2 things. Like, you know, I wanted to track exercise, if I did any. And then I also wanted to put like a gratitude thought for the day or a quote slot. And it was just a little something that I kind of worked up. And this is what it looks like blank. And I'm wondering if this would be something that others would like. I've only made it for standard rings. I mean, you can print it in, you know, I print them double side. You can print it single side and slap it in your, you know, traveler's notebook. But yeah, and then I was thinking, well, do I need, let me grab a gray. Where is it? Here it is. And then I was wondering, well, do these need to stand out more? You know, should I put a, or do I leave them the way they are? And if someone wants to do that to match their color scheme, they can do that. Like, so say one week you do that, and then say another week you're using like a pretty blue. Do I have another one back here? Yeah, I do. And you say the next week you're using a pretty blue. Ooh, I think I might leave it the way it is, so that way you can use your pretty pens to, yeah, I think I might leave it as is now, because that adds a cute little flair to it. I just want to make sure we were in the center of the page. I like that. Okay, that was an instant coolness. And then, you know, you could October 30th, and that is a Friday, so I'll use this one tomorrow. Interesting. And these I just printed on 24-pound paper, nothing fancy, nothing special. But yeah, look at that. So would you be interested in this? You know, if I was to work on these and put them in a bunch of different sizes that I carry on my Etsy store. Let's see, the sizes that I carry. Why don't I put it down here in my notes? Oh, I'm going to be doing a TM sale for my mainly Traveler's Notebook ones. There's my notes from that Minimalism one. And that was my first try. I didn't like it. Was a little too close. I had to work out the rings. So these are the sizes that I have on my Etsy store. Passport, Pocket TN, and Passport is pocket rings, so they'll fit there. I have A6, Personal, B6, B6 Slim, Standard Midori, Narrow, whatever you want to call it. I have, and then half letter. Those are the sizes that I make. If it's something that you would want in that size, let me in a size like that. Let me know, and I will do that. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm liking those. So there's that. That's my planner. Pretty much done with that. And after tomorrow, after Halloween, it'll be a little bit thinner, and I will make sure that these get uploaded on Halloween for you all to download if you want something for fall. I just thought they looked really pretty. So in yesterday's video when I was showing you my cart, a couple people have asked about my Hobonichi cover. Yes, I ventured into the land of Hobonichi many moons ago, and it was like 5-6 years ago. One thing that I did do is because of it, I started making A5 inserts. Like here's my 2017-2018 Pikidori design calendar. See, we went to go see Wonder Woman. OK Mozart happened. We had Starlight Band. Little Mermaid sticker. That's from Coco Daisy. That was a really pretty kit. There were some gorgeous stickers that month. These are Coco Daisy stickers, the call. And the reason they have call is I was for jury duty, for federal jury duty. I had to call to see if I had to report on Monday or Tuesday, that one because of Labor Day. And I had to call every Friday to see if I was needed. And I wasn't needed, thank God, because there were some federal cases that were coming up, and with symphony and everything, I'm like, you know, for our region court, I did not want to get called for jury duty because there were some big cases that, you know, I could have been on jury duty for a month or who knows, and I'm just so thankful that I didn't have to do that. Now it doesn't mean that I can't get called again, but whew, it's the first time that's happened for federal. We played Harry Potter. I taught a master class. Holiday break. All of my Christmas stuff that I did. I'm so glad I still have this calendar. My parents were in town, and then yeah, that was a busy. Oh, that was the summer we went to Myrtle Beach. We were supposed to go to Myrtle Beach this summer as well, and we were going to stop by and see Burgess, but that got canceled due to COVID. And that was when we had all of those rehearsals and concerts with Hanson. Yeah. I love seeing old calendars like that. This is going to be such a weird year. I've lived in Tulsa for 15 years, and this is my 16th year, and I won't be playing Nutcracker this year because, you know, none of that stuff is happening. You know, I've performed the Nutcracker in Tulsa like 250, 300 times, and so it'll feel weird not doing it for 13 or 14 more times. Yeah, this was our old calendar when we had lines before we started adding dot grid. Some people like the lines, some people like the dot grid. It's, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And this was the calendar the year before we started, 2018, we started putting the 2 pages of dot grid in between. Yeah, that's fun. But a lot of people wanted to see this cover that I got. It says right here, Hobonichi 2015. This was called the Pear, because it's kind of like that acid green, yellow greenish color. Yeah, it's a really nice cover. I never bought the cover on cover for it. The reason I didn't is the year that I got this, by the time I finalized my order, they were out of stock of the cover on covers, and I didn't want one of the ones that had one of the artist prints on it. I just wanted a clear one, and so I never bought a cover on cover. And this was the year they had this pretty dark blue with that limey greeny color. I don't know, I kind of call it like acid yellow or something, I don't know. But someone wanted to see this insert. This is, and these are just some things I have from our Jewish newsletter that I'm going to put in one of my inserts. This is a Taroko Breeze, and it's the Tomoe River paper. I had some of that fun bear washi from Japan. But I was using this, I want to say 2017-ish? Yeah. That year, I used A5. Yes, I know. I used A5 for One Book July. At that time, I had a beautiful notebook by Rowena at Sojourner, and it was like that Roadrunner with the natural pocket with the little the scoop in it. And so this was my journal that I had in there, and then this was my calendar that I had in there, and then I had some other inserts that I made. But like you'll see, this is from Courtney Diaz, and I've got, you know, just a few things in here. That was when she started taking her beautiful photos of her dried flowers. Yeah, aren't those pretty? And like I had gotten something from Dina Wakely. Oh, stencil. I no longer have the stencil. I gave it to a student. I have no idea what's in here. Oh. Thank you for a pleasant experience. I hope you enjoy your No Sojourner. Oh, that was that's V. I bought the Sojourner from here, the A5, and I don't have it anymore. I sold it to someone because I wasn't using the A5 size. But I was going through, like that's Ali Brown, that's Courtney Diaz. I got some Daniel Smith watercolors. I was just doing silly doodles and stuff. That's from Ali Brown. That's Ali. Yeah. Someone wanted to see this. And I have a bunch of these, because there was a few months that I got these. These were her little zines. This was August of 2017. And this was number 2 of 86. So she had 86 of these. It has a little quote from Steve Jobs. Treat yourself. Find what makes your heart sing and create your own music. Right. Oh, what does your perfect, relaxed day look like? And then this little hi friend. Yeah, those were so fun to get from Allie. She was so busy back then. Oh my goodness, girl. I don't know how you did it. Some post-it notes. That's from Courtney. That was one of her little owls. That was the calendar month, I think. That was from the calendar month. Some stencils. I don't think that Save Me 20 Odd Girl works anymore. That was 2017. There's some of her cute little stickers. Winnie the Pooh. I started a 30 minutes, 30 days, and then I stopped using this journal right around here. One of my parents' friends, Al, he was my dad's best man, and his wife, Karen, was my mom's maid of honor, and they were the same thing for their wedding. Karen, she lived across the street from my grandparents, and my dad's grandmother lived across the street from my mom, but next to Karen, next to where Karen was. So, you know, so my parents lived here, my grandparents lived here with my mom and my uncle on the corner, and then like this is the street. Across the street was Karen's house, and then my great-grandmother's house. So, yeah. They knew each other in junior high and high school. Yeah. Ugh. And so we got this, and I put it in there. And he had died of cancer. He had, was it leukemia? I can't remember. Might have been leukemia, bone marrow. I can't remember, but I mean, he, you know, went through quite a few bouts of radiation and chemotherapy, and so I did some swatches, like another day of journaling, some Jane Davenport swatches, reclaiming your creativity, just some notes, some post-its, one day of journaling, a stencil, a couple of pen tests, and then that was it. You know, I've got this little girl in the back here, some little stencils, some pen tests, but then there's like a good, you know, like 130 pages that haven't been used, and so I'm not quite sure what I want to use this for. These I want to put, I'm thinking of putting them in my journal. I'm thinking of wanting to put them in here. I haven't been feeling like journaling lately. Oh, I kind of went like a little crazy for Halloween. Like, it's Friday the 30th. I've got my COVID test coming up later this morning. But, you know, I've already journaled. I put down little chocolates I had yesterday and a bunch of stickers and stuff. But I'm wanting to, I want to put these in here. Number one, just the bottom pumpkin. I love the pumpkin. And, actually it goes like that. That's how you would read that. Just some things. And, like, that's from Sukkot. A couple of places that are important to me. That's where we go, Temple Israel. Yeah. Sukkot's such a fun, I enjoy Sukkot. It's just really a shame that we weren't able to enjoy it the same way like we normally do each year. You know, we didn't have a Sukkot. We didn't, you know, there was no outdoor little shelter where we could enjoy our meals, and do all of that stuff with. Oh, this is from we got the kitty a new little food bowl. If I can find that photo, I'll insert that photo. We got her a cute new little food bowl, and this came with it, and I liked the design of it. So it came with a 30-day warranty, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, I just really haven't felt like journaling, and that's okay. You know, when it's time for me to get back to journaling, you know, I've got this, and I think I'm gonna try and finish up this, because I've used up all of my old inserts except for here that have been finished. I think maybe this could be a place for you know, collaging some things. I don't know how to finish it, you know, because I have this stuff in here. You know, I love that little guy. But then something says, do I just rip this out and throw it away? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, look how colorful my journaling was. My journaling isn't like that anymore. It's changed. And I wonder if it's because I'm not watching as much Courtney Diaz anymore. I haven't been on her Patreon in quite a while. I did a couple of months last year. One of the reasons why I stopped her Patreon is I wanted to do a Jane Davenport watercolor class. So, you know, Jane Davenport classes are expensive, so that meant I cut all of my Patreon that I was doing. And, I mean, it just so happened that Allie Brown was stopping her Patreon at that time. So I canceled my one with Courtney and Burgess because I was like, ugh, this watercolor class, you know. And then I did the watercolor class, and I don't know. I'm not really sure. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I just don't know. I think it's a wonderful class, but I don't think it was the right class for me, if that makes sense. I mean, it had a lot to do with, you know, Alice in Wonderland, and everybody does Alice in Wonderland. Like, James has done something with Alice, and Courtney's done something with Alice, and I know other, you know, really creative people have. I actually have an Alice in Wonderland book that has some really, really cool, edgy art in it. I don't know where I think that book's on the bookshelf. I think the husband claimed it. I think he thinks that's his. So I stopped because of that. I've gone back a couple of months, but I think I'm moving on. I've been loving Shada Campbell, watching her YouTube channel. I've drawn lots of florals over the last few years, and I love the way she does her neutral florals and her, warm tone and cool tone color schemes, and her watercolors from her Mungyo palette. The first time I heard about that Mungyo watercolor palette was James Burke. After he finished with the Jane Davenport stuff, he was looking to replace it with something, and he got that Mungyo palette. And I remember him doing a comparison between Jane Davenport, Mungyo, and Prima, and something else, showing the colors and the prices. And that Mungyo palette, I think half of those colors are the same thing as the Primas and Jane Davenport's. I think they are all made in the same manufacturing place in China. And I think there's a little going on. So I have to decide, do I just finish this? Do I chuck it? What do you think I should do? I definitely want to finish this. I feel more drawn to this. I think because it's the narrow Midori size. So I have thought of, is there a way where I can save what I've done, but then chop this down to narrow? because I have another one of these that I want to chop down. Someone wanted to see how I do it, and so I was going to do that because I'm, you know, how many pages are in here? 152, and I'm on 67. So I'm kind of, maybe it's like I get to that same point, I get to like 60 pages in a book like this, and I'm like, I'm done. And I think because most inserts are, you know, like 60, 64 pages, and that's my I'm done phase, because, yeah, that's kind of about where we are, and I haven't really touched it much since the middle of last month. Yeah, but I also haven't really felt I've had much to say. And also, I think with Vlogtober, I've been saving all of that stuff for here, getting it out here, instead of here. So, I don't know. We'll see. What do you think I should do with this? Should I cut it down, fold the pages that I've already done in half, cut it down, and put it in a folio? Or should I finish it as is? What would you do? And anyone know how to clean these? It's got some gunk on it. I have no idea what. So there we are. I feel like I've rambled on enough for you today. If you have any ideas about what to do with that, let me know. How is the end of your month going? I will have a one more day of Vlogtober coming up, and then also like the normal stuff like the no spend low spend, which I've only had 3 orders, and 2 of the things I haven't even gotten yet. So it'll be intriguing to do that video, because there's a couple things I want to surprise you with. So I'm just gonna say, I have an order coming in from China. It landed. It's at JFK somewhere. I have no idea where. It's been there for 3 days. Yay! So there you are. I hope you enjoyed my rambling today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.